Hello everybody, welcome back. We're going to look at VET, a bit of VeChain, one of the more secret hodls that I have. Not that I have any secrets, but I suppose I don't really talk about it much. I don't talk about it ever. VeChain has had a few opportunities to buy on the way down from this initial move that took place in the last alt season this time last year. On the way down, I began my dollar cost averaging from exactly the price, well, just a little lower than where we are right now, that 3.2 cents. That was my first buy-in, where I started to just shovel a bit of money into the market after selling, these peaks, really. Now, because it's my first dollar cost average, it was a small one, but each incremental move down got lower and lower and lower. My last buy basically being this horizontal here. So I am in profit, but it's been one of the more underperformers, I suppose, of the dollar cost average scenario that given everything else that's moved pretty dramatically, so far. And again, I'm pretty sure there's going to be plenty more pump to come. Now, before we talk about VeChain, I just want to let you know that Bitcoin has obviously just made a new all-time high last night. When we were doing the stream, we witnessed it. Now, the overall expectation I have of the market is one of a pullback, a liquidity grab, if anything. So probably, a large wick down towards the lower 80,000s, maybe the upper 70,000s, right, for Bitcoin. Could happen quite quick. We've seen it many times before. You could probably feel it yourself. Everybody's getting a little greedy. The order books are filling up. Noob Master is emptying his pockets, and the smart money is happy to take that. I expect it to happen, but I also expect it to rebound straight back up, within a few weeks and continue to make new highs across the board for altcoins and Bitcoin over the coming months. So whichever way you decide to prepare or ride it out, that's my expectation. That doesn't mean, get out of the market, blah, blah, blah. You do what you think is best for you. That's if you think this is going to happen too. If you don't think it's going to happen, that's fine. It doesn't really matter. The long-term projection is still very much higher than where we are right now. So if you want to get shaken out or you're afraid to get shaken out, you've got to make that decision yourself. Anyway, back to VeChain. This is VET versus Bitcoin. It still hasn't touched that 42 sat zone, which would be a major area. It's a death cross retest. Only good things can happen when you break above that and build a base above there. This is the sort of thing that we're seeing now for VeChain on the daily, and not unlike any other altcoin, we've still got positive cross for Eurichi Cloud, which suggests continuation of a trend. This trend will still be in play so long as the Chiku span doesn't close inside the price action, which would be a drop of basically 1 cent. It would be a massive drop if it were to happen. To close below this, it would be a 33.5% move to close below that 2.2 cent zone, really. I don't really think that is going to be the case, and so I believe, just like I do for most altcoins with these kind of setups, the dips will be for buy-in, not for crying. That's what I believe. Now, we don't have a golden cross yet. We're likely to get that towards the end of the week, so long as we can hold 2.6 cents. But most of us are going to be thinking, all right, we've got a trend signal, we're trending up, we're back above the 3.2 cents, which is where I said things will get really good. If we can hold a base above there, then that's basically, we'll see another move straight up to like 5 cents. And after you get to 5 cents, you're really going to be targeting these major zones all the way up here. You got your, like I say, your 5 cent zone is highlighted by your 200 simple moving average. Once above there, then the next one really is going to be around 7 towards 8. Then you've got about 9.5. And I would expect this to make a new all-time high. It's very difficult for me to say that this is definitely going to happen, because at the moment we're still below major moving averages on the weekly, and we've only just managed to creep above the 3.2 cent zone. So we have not actually broken bullish. This entire zone down here is the accumulation zone, the center range of that now being established at 2.2 cents, the lower range being the 1.4 cents, the upper range being where we are right now. So we're still within the accumulation area for VeChain. You can see it almost highlighted all the way back down here, August 2022, where we've meandered around these areas. Normally, the longer the accumulation, the more aggressive the move, right? And you can see that VeChain is capable of being aggressive. The previous all-time high wick basis is 28 cents. Candle body basis is 25 cents. If this is one super massive epic accumulation, then if the market will allow for a much larger move towards the end of this year, most likely next year, we will see a new all-time high on VeChain. It's one of the only coins that looks so wrecked city that I believe that can happen, and that's mostly because of the size of the accumulation zone. I'll give you a little clue as to another coin which has done this. This is a really good example, one that some people missed, but there's no real excuse for missing it because I told everybody about it over and over and over and over and over and over and over again throughout the accumulation. I said Chainlink is accumulating. It became very clear after a few months that this is an accumulation range. We're down to the bottom, up to the top, down to the bottom around $5, up to the top around $9.50. And I said when the breakout happens, it's going to be significant. We got a breakout. People are texting me, is it too late to buy it? Is it? Yes, you've got to buy the accumulation zone. I said, and then weeks went by. I said if we come down towards the accumulation zone, the best bet is to put buy zones within it. And look, we had one wick deep inside it. The second wick touched the top of it, and we rebounded. So this is similar. It's very similar actually to VeChain. A little bit better, a little bit neater, a little bit more constructive, and most likely going to yield less, in my opinion. And then the only reason I say that is because it looks the same, more constructive. It broke out sooner. It came down to retest it. But hang on a minute, I'm getting phone calls. But I'll be looking for it to yield less, mostly because of the size of the volume. Anyway, it's the same kind of deal. It's just not as neat and tidy. So I'm looking for this to make a new all-time high, which means that if we were to measure it out from from where we're at right now, roughly to a new all-time high, and that's to say you bought this peak and you didn't wait for a lower, or you were desperate to get in and you thought, well, it's the top of the accumulation zone, that's good enough for me. You'll be looking for an 800% move on this one within a year. Now, if you break from this area, which I think we will, I think VeChain's one of those charts that has the capacity to break its previous all-time high. Moving up into 40, 50, 60, the sky will be the limit at that point, and only when we see that, we will be able to monitor how unhealthy the market is. It's not going to do that this time round. It's not going to do that this year. The money flow index is 72, and we've not really broken out properly yet. But on this next run, if we break out and we get support, consolidate over a short period of time, perhaps maybe a few months, then catch a higher low on a weekly, then that's what's going to help us move up towards the top and beyond. So VeChain ought to really be doing a 10x from this level, and then for those of us who dollar cost averaged, from lower, more than a 10x obviously. But I believe the market, despite being green today, is about to have one of those liquidity grabs, pullbacks, and so if you're looking to buy into this, if you're looking for a decent entry based on Bitcoin coming down 10-20%, you'll be looking to start your dollar cost average. Probably a decent position would be this 20 weekly moving average, sitting around 2.5 cents. Flash sale on it. Now, if that doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. So be it. You missed out. It's not a problem. It's not a problem. We're likely to go up and then consolidate anyway next year and then go up again towards the end of next year to peak. That's my expectation of the overall market. So you haven't missed out fully, but you don't want a FOMO. We're at the top of the accumulation now. It's not a great entry, but it is an entry for the long term. My expectations are new all-time highs, as I've said. And I'll leave it with you there. I don't have any bold price predictions, but a new all-time high, once you break out from a significant high like 25 cents, for it to double above that, you were talking 50 cents. I can't imagine it hitting $1, but stranger things have happened. That's it. I'll leave it with you there. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a nice day. Take it easy.